The first thing you need to do is to customize your installation of WordPress. Now, as we mentioned in the last section, the first thing you need to do is to discourage the search engines from indexing your website. So that's the first thing we're going to do. The next thing you need to do is to set what's called permalinks. This is to do with setting the URLs for your pages. We'll see about this in a minute. Next, we will set the language for your website. Then we'll set the time zone. So in my particular case, I'll set the time zone for Perth in Australia. Then finally, we'll set the default email address. So here's our website. What we need to do is click on where it says settings, and within here there's various things we can change. So for instance, if you want, you can change the default email address. As it is, I'll leave this one because I set it earlier on when we did the installation, so I'm using info@ as the email address. Now you notice down here we can set the language, so by default it's set to English United States. Now if I click on the down arrow here, there's various other things we can do. So for instance, if I just scroll down a bit, we can go to various other types of English. So in my case, I'll go to English Australia. The other thing I can do is I can set the time zone. Now I'm in Australia and I'm in Western Australia in a city called Perth. So if I scroll up here, if I'm not familiar with the actual time setting, what I can do is I can scroll up here to find Australia. And within the Australian listing, I'll click on Perth. Now this can have a slight SEO effect, because what we're doing here is we're basically telling Google that, hey, we're in Australia, and also we're in a city called Perth within Australia. So this can help with our SEO. Now the next thing I want to change is this thing called permalinks. So again, I click on settings, go to where it says permalinks. And as you can see, by default, it's probably got something like day and name. What you want to do, or what I prefer anyway, is to select this one here, which is post name. And what that means is that when you start creating your posts and your pages, the title that you type in, the system will use that title as the file name for your post or for your page. So it's another one of those things that helps with the SEO, and you just have to set it up and off you go. So in this case, I'm going to select post name, click on save changes, and I say that will have a slight SEO improvement for me.